Welcome back to Headlines. I'm Wes Austin, and these are today's top stories. First, Democrats are spending $20 million to figure out how to talk to American men. I can already see the job posting. Wanted, researchers for study on male communication. Must be female, preferably with a strong background in fighting toxic masculinity. Then the Supreme Court refused to hear the case of a middle schooler punished for wearing a t-shirt that said, "There are only two genders." In that school in Massachusetts, the only time you're allowed to exercise your free speech rights to talk about gender is if you're actively trying to confuse people about it. Next, two female Secret Service agents got into a fight with each other right outside the Obama's D.C. home. At this point, the most secure thing about that location is Michelle's arms. And finally, the WNBA says they found no evidence of racist taunts toward Angel Reese during a game with Caitlin Clark's team. The investigation was thorough. They interviewed all 19 people who were there. Okay, let's dive in. Democrats are spending $20 million on a study on how to speak with American men. The report promises to study the syntax, language, and content that resonates with young male voters. $20 million to study syntax and language in young males. You could figure out how to speak whale with that kind of money. This is the political version of punching someone in the face and then spending $20 million to study why they don't want to hug you anymore. Instead of the study, Democrats considered talking directly to its young male voters, but scrapped the idea after realizing the entire demographic fit comfortably in a Prius. The Supreme Court declined to take up the free speech case of a middle schooler from Massachusetts whose school prohibited him from wearing a t-shirt that said, "There are only two genders." The First Circuit sided with the middle school against the student back in June of 2024. This middle school pushes LGBTQ+ celebrations like Pride Spirit Week onto their middle school students. Justices Clarence Thomas and Samuel Alito dissented from the denial of review, with Alito writing this: "So long as the First Circuit's opinion is on the books, thousands of students will attend school without the full panoply of First Amendment rights. That alone is worth this court's attention." So this middle schooler got punished for saying there are only two genders, and the Supreme Court let it stand. But on the bright side, his classmates can exercise their First Amendment rights to identify as woodland creatures and demand litter boxes. Two U.S. Secret Service officers have been suspended after getting into a physical fight with each other outside former President Barack Obama's Washington, D.C. home around 2:30 a.m. The Secret Service confirmed the incident and said an internal investigation is underway, calling the behavior unacceptable and a violation of their code of conduct. This is a video clip showing the fight between the officers where you can see them punching and shoving each other. This is audio from one of the officers on the radio either before or after the fight.
Your supervisor out here to deal with him immediately before I whoop the girl's ass.
Nothing says elite presidential protection like two drunk Waffle House employees in uniform. Apparently, the fight broke out after one of them called the other's Fenty lip gloss a CVS knockoff. The WNBA has announced that it found no proof of racial taunts against Angel Reese during the May 17th game against Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. After reviewing video, audio, and interviewing fans and staff, the league concluded that there was no evidence to support Reese's claim of racism, making this the second time Reese has made allegations of racism that have turned out to be false. Angel Reese's pregame ritual isn't shooting practice, it's method acting class with Jussie Smollett. Thanks for watching Headlines. I'm Wes Austin. Good night.